speaking about the Island Music Conference and IMC, Shaggy was also interviewed by Anthony Miller. Matt tell you, him drop a bombshell, say, check the levels.
I love what's going on with that Riddim. I'm big up to DJ Matt because he has decided to let other people use it. This was kind of what I was hoping to happen with Shake It to the Max. That was a big Riddim. I know Sean had a song, he was fighting over and over to try and get clearance for the song. They wouldn't give him clearance. I had done a song on it, they wouldn't give it clearance. And I think that hurt the industry in itself. It's kind of gatekeeping in a way. You know, it was no fault of Silent Addict because I know they were totally down with it. I think Moily was the one that didn't, and she didn't understand the culture because she's not from the culture. So she didn't understand that, you know, letting everybody go on it actually makes the rhythm gets bigger. You know what I mean? I think at that point, she probably felt a little threatened that everybody's jumping on her song and, you know what I mean? But that's not how the game works, especially where Jamaica is concerned. So it didn't quite happen with that. But with DJ Matt now, he has allowed everybody to do it and he has breathed a breath of fresh air. It back to dancehall, back into that vibe.
That's an interesting take from Shaggy, and me feel like him go a little bit too hard for Moily. It's almost like him never get clearance and him have them up. Him have her up. Because I hear him give Silent Addy, you know, clearance and then basically lay the blame on Moily. Do you feel like Shaggy actually a bit unreasonable with how him deal with Moily?
Shaggy a tricky crowd. Shaggy a tricky crowd in the sense where I hear him say Shake It to the Max was a big rhythm. Shake It to the Max is not a rhythm. It's her single.
Her single, her breakout single.
Yes, so we understand when it's a rhythm, like a producer pushing a rhythm and have it, and know that the goal is to have like a big juggling. But me not understand how you had plans for Shake It to the Max to be like WYFL. And based on our knowledge, is not Shaggy don't have nothing directly to do with the project, the original project.
No.
Yeah, so I think come like Shaggy does put on a diamond bullet, and I think a silver bullet, a diamond bullet for Moily career. And it's really, yeah, I think him does much tricky crowd.
Well, Moily has since responded, and on social media she said Moily and Silent Addy and Sean Paul Shake It to the Max, tough remix, out on all platforms. So based on what Moily said, it's almost like she has said, what is this guy talking about, right? Because you hear Shaggy also mention, say, him and Sean Paul never get the clearance. But here comes Moily saying that Sean Paul Panda remix is a tough remix.
Right. So now hearing Molly's response, is it a case where Shaggy has a song by himself on the rhythm and Sean had a song, and also Sean had a song by himself on the rhythm?
It would,
but the remix that Sean did with Moily was cleared, but not the singles, because it sounds like, I don't know if that's what it really is.
Shaggy in commenting, like he was specific in saying, you know, he had a song and Sean had a song. So the fact that the two of them did have a song and it wasn't cleared, that could be why it wasn't cleared, because if you have a new artist and this is their breakout single, you can't expect that, you know, they're going to compete with a Shaggy. Shaggy's world renowned. So I don't blame Molly's team for saying like, okay, that does not work in their favor. So it's a no-no.
Yeah, I think that they definitely have to protect their interest.
Absolutely.
And like I said, based on how Shaggy is actually speaking, is almost like you'd feel as if Shake It to the Max was a juggling that Moily got on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a single, and I want to tell us, Shensi and Skillibeng almost take it from her without even trying.
Yeah, I mean,
so you can imagine if a Sean Paul
and a Shaggy
Shaggy have their own songs on it, especially on the international scene.
Yeah, and I do get where Shaggy is coming from, but ultimately, you know, if you ask a question, there are two probable outcomes, yes or no. And I think Moily and her team, them realize it never going in them favor, and Shaggy just feel like, how dare you?
Yeah, I feel like gatekeeping is a strong term to use. Yeah. Because I don't know in which world, which market, or what Moily at this moment can gatekeep a big star like Shaggy.
No.
I don't even think in Ghana she would be able to pull that off.
No, not even in our homeland.
I
That
could
just
be
goes
wrong,
to
but-
show. But I just feel like all in all, Shaggy just still in him feels over it. He was asked the question and he felt like it was the opportune time to just kind of say that. Even though for me personally, like looking at the fact that the interview happened at IMC, that was such a global conference. We bring, upcoming entertainers, established entertainers, and so many movers and shakers in the business together. I felt like that was a wrong move by Shaggy to throw an upcoming artist like a MOLIY under the bus the way he did.
Speeding train.
Yeah. Maybe just call a spade a spade. It is what it is.
That is it.
Yeah.